take a look at number 20 in section 5.7. We're going to evaluate the indefinite integral here. Involves some trig functions here. So when we're doing a substitution, obviously don't recognize what the antiderivative is right off the bat. It's not an integral form we're used to seeing. We generally look for a composition of two or more functions and choose the u to be the inner function. Doesn't seem like we have that, but you can remember if I choose u to be the denominator here, that's a possibility because then I'm looking at the outer function being 1 over u, and we do know what the antiderivative of 1 over u is. So that's what I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose u to be 1 plus sine of 22x. And so I need to find my du. What's my du? Well, I need the derivative of u with respect to x. Derivative of 1 is 0. Derivative sine of 22x, I've got a chain rule there, right? Inner function is 22x, outer function is sine. So I take the derivative of the outer function sine, which is cosine of 22x, and then times the derivative of the inner function. What's the derivative of 22x? Answer, it's 22. So the derivative of u is going to be 22 cosine of 22x. So there's the relationship between du and dx. So notice I do have cosine of 22x dx. Here I have 22 cosine of 22x dx. So I'm just going to multiply both sides by 1 over 22 to get it to balance out, so to speak. So cosine of 22x dx is 1/22 du. So I'm going to replace that quantity with 1/22 du. I'll pull the 1/22 outside of the integral, and in the denominator, right, I just have u. So this is integral really 1 over u. Sometimes this du creeps up there. Remember, it's 1 over u is what we're finding the antiderivative of with respect to u. So it's 1/22. Antiderivative of 1 over u is the natural log absolute value of u. Don't forget your plus c. We're not done yet because I need to go back to the original variable. I'm going to replace u with this expression here, and we get this as our answer. Don't forget the absolute value bars. That's important here because this expression, well, technically, I guess, since it's 1 plus sine of something, you could actually put parentheses around. But in general, let's do that because if you're adding something less than 1, something between -1 and 1 to the sine of 22x, you could at times be negative. In this case, it's probably okay. But I looked in Achieve. This is what they had, and that, I don't know, they have these open parentheses for the, what's inside the natural log function, and then they have the absolute value bars. I'm fine on a test to write it this way, but I think this may be the way you need to write it in Achieve. Okay. Again, technically, you could remove the absolute value bars because the sign of anything is always greater than or equal to -1. It's between -1 and 1 inclusive, but it's smallest it can possibly be is -1. And so, well, obviously, we can't take the natural log of 0. So, but the absolute value bars are not necessary because we'll never have any expression in here that's negative. Okay, probably more than I need to say on that one. I would just write it that way, and that's fine. Okay, hope this is helpful for you.